What's up, guys? Becca Me is here, and we got another episode of Beyblade Burst Rise, Episode 9, Flying High, Harmony, Pegasus, and Dangerous, and Part 2 of that, Dangerous Art Dusk Bow Cash. So, let's get into the first part of the episode, and then we'll talk about the second part. The first part of the episode starts with Tango saying, hey, I'll just go, we'll go on a training journey. And they're like, training journey? And yeah, they're like, training journey? And yeah, so then then Tango says, Dante and Arman have gotten so strong. And then he says, we need to beat Delta's off. I'm just seeing how strong Delta Zagro was. We need to beat him. So yeah, then he flashbacks, as I said. Then he says, our first player will be, our player will be Resident 3 member Penhope. So yeah, then the eye catcher then the eye catcher theme song starts. And then we see them walking on the, on the trail, and we see them and then we see them talking about Pen, and then we see Pen, and he pranked one of his students, he pranked one of his teachers, so they looked at the what is it called? He looks at the shrine and said, hey, something's going on with the mountain. The mountain is moving, so that means there must be someone here. And he looks down and he sees Dante and the gang, and he's like, oh, new apprentices. So yeah, but then they fall into one of his traps. And he's like, and then Arman's like, you must be Penhope. And then they fall into another one of his traps. And then he's like, battle me. But then Arman's like, on one condition. And then Arman's like, okay. And I'm like, Arman, you should listen to the condition. And he says, the condition is that they have to listen to whatever he says. So, yeah, then it's Arman versus Penhope and his Harmony Pegasus. So yeah, they let rip. Arman goes for two. Wait, no, Arman goes for tower, counter, and like. But then but he's like, Pegasus, reverse. But then Arman's like, Shinra. And we see a Shinra's avatar, and he's like, keep counter. And then knocks in one of Pegasus' wings, and then Pen's like, Pegasus. And we see Pegasus' avatar, and then he's like, reverse heal. And then as Arman knocks him out, Taka's like, yeah, that's a burst finish. But then I'm like, no, that's not actually a burst finish, because he comes back into the stadium and he healed himself from damage. So yeah. And then Arman ends up losing and has to give in to Pen's deal. And then at the end, and then we see the next scene, we see Delta. We see Delta in this place, and his eyes glow red. So yeah, then we see in the next part, Dangerous Art Dusk Bow Cash. We see Delta go into this mysterious place, and he's like, and then we see a weird purple haired guy with weird hair and a hat, and he's like, welcome to the Risen 3, Delta Sakura. And he's like, blink the void. And he's like, and then he starts painting, and yeah, and he's like, I haven't seen it. Why weren't you at the tournament? And he's like, sorry, you couldn't be at the tournament. Sorry, I couldn't be at the tournament. You were there, and you were there. So he's like, why couldn't you be at the tournament? Why would I waste Bay battles when I could do arts? And then he's like, and he starts painting, and we see this is Delta's soul, like it's a Devilos head. So yeah. So yeah, and he's like, here's my Bay, Duskbell Cat. And if you remember, Duskbell Cash Bay was last owned by Boa and Boa and Beyblade Burst Evolution with Archibald Cat. So yeah, Blint is the second generation to own a Bellcat. Just like Gloden is the second Bay to own Luminor, and Fumia, who I still don't like, is the first Bay. It's the first generation Blader, second generation Blader to own a Fafnir after free. So yeah, but back to the episode. They're like, let's have a battle. Delta's like, let it rip. And he's like, let it rip. Yeah. But then Delta said, dual Phantom, and then we see, and then he clicks in a thing on Balkesh, and then Balkesh is like, Dread Wing, and then Delta uses Shining Crux. Wait, Shining Crux? Yeah. Where he enters, he shines, but keeps missing, and Delta loses. Delta and then we get into a Devilos moment where he's like, I'm Prestige, I'm light. And he's like, yeah, you will, Devilos. And he's like, one more battle. Shares this like good battle, and yeah, then Delta wins. I think Delta won the first one. Blint won the first one, Delta won the second one, so yeah. But then Delta gets into another Devilos moment where he's like, I must take more work to be satisfied. So yeah. And then they let it rip, ending the episode. So yeah. Flying High, Harmony Pegasus, and Dangerous Art, Duskbell Cash were pretty good episodes. I did enjoy them. Dusk Wing is called Dreadwing in Japan, and yeah. So if you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been another episode of Beckham Media, Beckham Naders. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Devil out.